Hi, thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Today we're going to take a look at a gig bag from the company Donner. I recently had the opportunity to review a fantastic electric guitar that Donner made, and I'll put the little link, info, whatever thing in the top so you can check that out. I'd really highly recommend that guitar. It's extremely well made, plays great, sounds great. It's really a fantastic instrument, and it only costs $110, so you can't really go wrong with that. Now, one drawback of that guitar and most beginner guitar kits is that the case that the guitar comes with is really just a glorified nylon bag. Now that's great because if you're running in from the car to your guitar lesson and it's raining out, it's going to help keep your guitar dry, it's going to make sure it doesn't get dirty, but the problem with those kind of gig bags is they offer no protection otherwise, so you can easily bump it into something and dent the guitar or crack the finish, or drop it and it hits the ground, it could break the neck. There's all sorts of bad stuff that can happen with those kind of gig bags. So this is a great option. Think of it as one step up in protection for your guitar. This gig bag is lightly padded, so it will help protect your guitar against minor bumps, either putting it in the back of the car, or if you're, walking in and you happen to bump into the wall or something like that. The zippers are nice and pretty sturdy and have really smooth operation. I also like that it has a very nice large pouch in the front of the case, so you can put your music book in there, sheets of music. You can also put a strap, capo, spare strings, picks, anything you need for either your guitar lesson or maybe even if you're going to a gig, maybe a church performance, something like that. I would highly recommend investing in a case like this to protect your guitar. Even if it is a beginner instrument, you want to protect it and make sure it doesn't get damaged anytime you're traveling. That's going to go a long way to that guitar lasting a whole lot longer. And especially if you have a child, we all know children can be a little clumsy or unaware of their surroundings at times, so they're gonna bang into things, and if it just has that cheap nylon bag, it's gonna mess the guitar up, and then you end up having to buy another guitar. So I'd highly recommend this case as a way of just getting up one step in protection for your instrument. So now that we're about halfway through the video, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Here on our little channel, we do original progressive metal music. I'm primarily a guitar player and composer, as well as product reviews like this and free music lessons. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure that you hit subscribe. That way you get notified next time we upload. So thanks again for watching this video. I'd highly recommend this case. It's a nice way of upgrading the protection of your instrument. Again, even if you've got a beginner instrument like the Donner guitar right behind me, you want to make sure you protect it. That way your instrument continues to last for many years and keeps playing and sounding beautiful just like it did the first time you got it. Hello Internet, thanks for stopping by and checking out this review of a Bowden Original 7 with a tremolo. So the Strandberg Bowden Original has a chambered swamp ash body with a maple top, a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fingerboard. It has 24 stainless steel frets with luminlay inlays. This is my second guitar with fan frets. I recently got a Kiesel Vader VM7, and while I'm really happy with that guitar because it plays great, looks great, and it is a great instrument, it doesn't have a tremolo, and after running through a couple of our tunes that we're going to be releasing in the spring, summer coming up in 19, decided I really need a tremolo. So Strandberg is really the only company that offers a 7-string multi-scale with a tremolo that I could either afford or is willing to take a plunge and purchase. Everything on a Strandberg is a little unique and might take a little bit of time to get used to, especially if you've never owned this kind of guitar before. The body is designed in a way where you can play it in many different positions. So you can either do traditional, like this, across like this, or even over like this. For me, most of the time, I play it pretty traditional and pretty normal, although sometimes I've discovered playing like this is pretty comfortable and pretty cool. I prefer the fan of the frets on this guitar than the Kiesel because the Kiesel's fan is a little bit more extreme than the Strandberg, which fits the size of my hands a little bit better. I've got kind of tiny Donald Trump sized hands, I guess. My particular guitar I got used, and someone I believe has changed out the pickups for what originally was in it, although there is no routing in the back for a battery. So I'm not really sure what the life was of this guitar, if it was ordered special with these pickups from the factory or not, but they are Seymour Duncan, Sentient, and Pegasus pickups. And I've been really happy with the tone, although with the pickup covers, the output is a little more vintage than I've been used to, and it took a little bit of tweaking to get the right sort of saturation that I wanted for the lead tones. For the rhythm tones, it's great just sort of out of the box. And my guitar has a 5-way switch, which I was really excited about. I don't really like having push-pull and all that sort of stuff. I just want to be able to grab the different settings just right off of the switch itself. I'm really happy with all of the hardware on the Strandberg. It feels so light, it's almost like a toy at first, but it takes a little bit to get used to. But the quality of the bridge is fantastic. I like they have little set screws that hold the saddles in place to stop them from vibrating, and around in the back of the guitar there are small screws that you can tighten to keep the springs in the tremolo block, which I think is pretty cool. Anytime you buy a used guitar, it's kind of like